Beautiful, beloved brothers and sisters like Geeia Ariati and Sound Heart and Sound Mind. I am Oracle. I'm a speaker of truth, and I'm here to be a messenger. You are able to receive through my human experience a pathway of consciousness or grace transcendent beyond the ego construct into sovereignty. As I sat here before on a press record, I felt the inspiration to record, and then I'm sitting here and I'm like, what is the message? We have multiple collective things going on, multiple areas of information that I could share. I have so much that I could share. But as I sat here, it was blank, empty, and I was confused. I'm like, well, I don't understand. Show me why I'm not receiving. For me, because I receive almost all of the time. When there's nothing, there's something wrong. When there's nothing and there's no information that I can't receive because my body, that there is an aspect of my reality that is not in full alignment with hidden, is unable to come forth, and that I can't interpret it because there is more resistance to it. There is a flow. And so what I want to share is what resistance, because I see many, many human beings doing this without recognizing what's taking place. They go through their remembrance journey, they go through this spiritual enlightenment, they receive so much in the ethereal, they open their mind, and they do so many different things. And they forget they're giving, they're of service, and all this element to allowing oneself to be outside, to feel the caregiver energy of service, and that when we're also expanding, at the moment we are having so many solar flares, we have so many profound portals, we have so much Christos energy coming in. We are truly at a pivotal point. We've just gone through from the eclipse, the Lion's Gate, where everyone is at capacity. Everyone is feeling the fatigue. You might be grounding in, you might be feeling peace, you might feel relief, but your body, your being, it is exhausted. Now, what I teach in mystery school through my initiation, different quantum memory processes that I do, is that you cannot work in one pillar. Mind, body, soul. You cannot work in one pillar. You can't do all this soul work, all of this past life healing, or all of this quantum travel, or all of this spiritual meditation, and be holistic in the Holy Grail, in the God transcendent self. You bypass and neglect other aspects. You can't be in just your mind and receive cosmic intelligence, understanding of philosophy. You can't sit in masculine mind, all of the awareness without the recognition of these other pillars. And you cannot just be in your body, because then you'll miss another pillar to be that of the purity consciousness of pure presence and stability required to work in all three pillars. Now, for me, I received this message 2.5 years ago. The message from Spirit was that I had a specific routine and a specific thing that I needed to deliver. My body was full of trauma. I ended up with chronic illness, an illness that was terminal, called Addison's disease. Addison's disease is when you lose cortisol energy because you are in fight or flight. I live in survival. high levels of survival. I should have been there. I should have been there. I chose many times to live or die. And at each point of living, I had to make some very clear choices. My body has been the aspect of my consciousness that is the most work. The other areas, not so challenging for me. But my body, yes, it's a focus. So as we've moved through this massive transformation, and I know many of you are doing the same, I had 4 times the amount of clients I've worked with because Source said we need to influx this energy, we need to activate, we need to bring in, we need to initiate, we need to show up more to meet this point. That I was not sleeping, that I'm in a country where I'm getting up to keep my commitments at 1:32 a.m. 4 days a week, and I'm sleeping for a few hours, running clients, and then maybe getting a couple of pockets later. That doesn't work for my body, for my nervous system, the way that I'm designed as a human being. I'm alone, I'm moving from different hotel to different villa. I do not have a partner that can support me, that can cradle me, that can give me that loving nurturing. And that's okay. But what I need to be very, very honest with, and what you need to be honest with, is that you reach capacity. Yes, this is important for us. Giving, the nurturing, all of this, it's trained you, it's initiated you, but it is not sustainable. We needed that for frequency use, but there's always an integration. And really, we don't want to be bouncing between either realm. You want to be so connected in your spirit and your body that you don't need to play catch up in any area of your Trinity. I was 2.5 years behind when I first had my transcendent journey. And I woke up and opened all 7 of my channels. I was in pure presence, bliss, not a thought. It was as though I didn't even have words to speak because I didn't even know the language to express what I was experiencing. It was divine beauty, but I was so tired. My body could not hold this rhythm. My body could not meet the expression of what was inside from my spirit and my consciousness. And so I was unplugged. My third eye was blocked back up using technology and something to assist me. I then went through a massive initiation of purifying through the depths of hell the somatic distortion of Satan consciousness. Satan consciousness being that of separation consciousness, that of the furthest separation from God and matter. I did that through the mirrors of my experience, where I learned many things. Would I recommend this? Absolutely not. It was hell. So this is a reminder that as I sit here going through yet another initiation, because my body has not caught up, because I'm unable to be energized and in Christos. Yes, I've anchored. The Christos is here. I am vibrating in it. It's all encompassing. I am also extremely tired. My body cannot hold it without fatigue. And so what I need to do is focus on reciprocity. Exchanges that generate my chi, allow my vitality and my physical cells, the nourishing, the healing, and the nurturing to catch up to my consciousness. I was already behind, but now I've taken another step back. Because as the crystalline energy came in, my body was only just coming to a place of stabilization, and then we influx more frequently. Sometimes you are going to need to focus in one part of your consciousness so that you can bring it up to the evolution to work equals real. But it is so important to work in your Trinity. It is so important that when you're working on your somatics and you're doing breath work and you're releasing emotion, that you're aware of what that belief system was that created it. Because if you just release the emotion and you keep the belief, that emotion will come back. You will recreate that disease. You have to get to the core belief that created the emotional response in the somatic body. If you have cleared the mind and you've cleared the belief systems, but you haven't felt the feelings that were attached to that thought form, you're going to have a lot of emotional overwhelm. You're going to have a lot of very physical releasing. That is not fun for your nervous system. It's not fun for your skeletal. Not fun for your heart. We don't have to do it this way. You can nourish yourself by recognizing where you're behind. Stop focusing on the area that you lack to deny the parts of you that need attention. It is paramount for our own health, our life force, our chi, to not be exhausted, to not be drained, to be excited for our creation. And how are you going to hold space for the new earth if your body is unable to hold space for you? If your mind has not released that construct, you cannot live your purpose or mission until you meet these elements within yourself. If you've worked in your mind and your body and you haven't accessed your spirit molecules, if you don't know your multidimensional self, if you have yet to access those aspects of your abilities and gifts beyond three-dimensional constructs, then you are limiting. You are stuck in one paradigm of three-dimensional human creation. And your purpose, if you're watching this, is far greater than that. Healing is on all layers. That is why I created the process. Ascension, ascension, completion. Where all fragments of mind, body, and soul are accessed, alchemized, and brought back into wholeness. And I continue to use this process over and over and over in my own evolution. Where at the moment, I'm required to be very honest with myself that I have done so much spirit frequency work. Now I need to ground my human. My human needs to find some land to stabilize, to anchor, to allow it to be in the earthly realms, to eat nourishing food, to support in the sun with exercise, to have a routine, get enough sleep, and to structure that of my creations around what my human circadian rhythm is, so that I can recharge the chi that was called for me to assist the last shift. Because guess what? The world isn't. We are only shifting into new paradigms of consciousness every month. And so as the shift happens, it's going to continue to evolve. Therefore, we need to look at where we need to evolve to continue that evolutionary process. Your cells hold memory. Your cells hold technology. Your cells hold gifts. Your mind holds information. Your mind holds intelligence. Your spirit, your soul is your energy, your frequency. All important for anyone here in service to the new earth. Your Trinity must come into the Holy Grail to walk forward. So what part of you is lacking so that you can stabilize and focus on that in the coming months in the building of the new foundations? What is required to focus on now that we've moved through the waves of the high frequency energy? What integration, what solidification, and what creation of experience in this realm of life for you? As a collective, we have so much focus on the higher realms. But now, let's focus on the three-dimensional human, which is just as magical, just as beautiful, and just as powerful. Your human can't support you unless you're listening and supporting it. And in that, I'm going to support my human, nourish my body, and take some time to reach out. I love you, I love you, I love you. If you enjoyed this, please like, subscribe, and share with anyone who. And if you feel called to, there is a donation link in my link tree where you can donate to my mission. I can continue this purpose for humanity.